Okay, so it feels good to be back. It's Anthony, Spoken Anthony. Like, comment, and subscribe. So let's go ahead and get into Sha'Carri Richardson. And what happened recently, or the video that came out last week. Now, obviously, I cannot show this on YouTube because two adults are getting into a physical altercation. And, well, not really two adults. It's more one adult, a little small woman pressing up on a man. I can't show that, obviously, but the world has seen it. And here's the thing about that. The way I feel about the situation, and I know this is a double standard. I know that mainly because I'm a man, and maybe it's also because the type of relationships I have seen or have been in. I don't necessarily think it's that big of a deal as people make it out to be. And the reason I say that is, for one, a lot of the times, whenever you see a little small woman trying to press up on a man, is it right? No. But most of the time, it's not going to go anywhere to where it's going to be a real physical threat or harm a lot of the time. Now, yes, there are instances where a woman may have something in her hand that could cause more physical damage, and that's when it's crossing the line. But it was just some pushing and her getting in his face from what I saw in the video. I didn't see any hands being thrown or anything along those lines. In fact, it kind of reminded me, if you remember the movie Baby Boy, and you saw where Jodie and, was it Yvette or Yvette, was getting into it on the staircase. Yes, she was a lot more physical towards him, but there was no threat or any real serious harm. And then what ended up happening? They end up making up, how adults do, and things are all fine after that point. Well, for the most part, for their toxic relationship, and that's how it normally goes when it comes from people from more of a, I guess you could say, more of a hoodish background. But here I want to say that I am really impressed with Sha'Carri. And the main reason being is she took accountability and apologized. And that's something you really don't see. So let's go ahead and watch her apology, and we can talk about it a little bit more here.
Hey y'all, it's Sha'Carri, and more than anything.
And I will say that ever since she has got with Christian Coleman, she has looked gorgeous. Before she got with him, she was looking pretty rough, but ever since she got with him, she was very leaning to her femininity. And the reason I bring that up, because before, if I remember correctly, allegedly she was a lesbian or preferred women. And while she was in those relationships, I have a feeling she was more of the masculine type. And then when she actually got with a man, she's leaning more into her femininity. So with her still may have some of those masculine tendencies, that's why she pressed up on him like the way she did. Not saying it's right, not making excuses. I'm just trying to give a point of view of why things happen the way they did.
Definitely a lot of self-reflection, a lot of understanding of not only putting myself in a compromised situation, but somebody that I have a deep care and appreciation for as well is something that holding myself accountable.
And this is the last time I'm going to pause it for the most part. I think that she didn't have to apologize. This doesn't seem scripted, because if you look at it, she hasn't faced any real backlash from this. If anything, people have been asking, or mainly women, what did he do? Yes, it is a double standard. Yes, if he did this, he would have lost all kinds of sponsorships and everything else. So for her to come out here and try to apologize off the head, this isn't a script, that shows accountability and integrity that I wish more women would have, because if they did, we'll have a lot less divorces going on now.
See myself, I'm taking this time to not only see myself, but give myself a certain level of help that overall is going to reflect who I truly am in my heart and my spirit, and not allowing this moment, but accepting this moment to be more. And so my only thing is, I want to be more, not even just for myself, for my family, for my fans, and overly appreciate y'all supporting me and showing up, and even holding me accountable to being my best self. So more than anything, I refuse to my family, for my fans, and overly appreciate y'all supporting me and showing up, and even holding me accountable to being my best self. So more than anything, I refuse to run away. But not refuse to run, but I refuse to run away, but face everything that comes to me head on, because everything on the other side is greater, but you got to go through in order to get there. So I'm Sha'Carri, y'all. I appreciate y'all, and One love, much love, and y'all be blessed.
And like I said originally, it was just pretty much her just getting on top of her head and expressing her emotions. You could tell it wasn't scripted. And sometimes when things are scripted, whenever you just say stuff off the dome, on top of your head, you don't always express everything how you want to or how you think it should come out. Not everybody gets online and talk to people. And yes, she is a very personal person. Yes, you see her very expressionate in her interviews or just refuse to talk to people in general. But whenever you are in a remorseful state and you're trying to apologize, you always had an instance of, well, man, I could have said this better. I could have said this differently. And the reason I'm bringing this up because I'm getting to this next point here in a minute. Right here. Let's see. I apologize to Christian. He came into my life and gave me more than a relationship, but a greater understanding of unconditional love from what I experienced in my past. Due to my past trauma and pain, I was blind and blocked off to not only receive but giving it. I love him. To him, I can apologize to love. My apologies should be as loud as my actions, honestly louder. To Christian, I love you. I am sorry. Now that's deep. That's deep. And again, if more women took accountability like this and apologized to the men that they hurt and did wrong, there'll be a lot less divorces. Men wouldn't step out and cheat. It will just be a whole thing. Now, I want to go ahead and shift from here and go ahead and go to her Instagram and his too. I didn't see too many pictures of them together, or I didn't really see any pictures. I was going to refresh right quick of them together. And when I clicked on her story, that's where I got it from. I recorded it. Same thing, all this other kind of stuff. Nothing new. Still the apology and everything else. Still on her page. I went to his. Just to refresh here too. Nothing there. He's doing what most men do, just keeping it quiet and solid. And you know what? I hope they work it out. It's very rare to where you could find it's very rare where you could find a couple or a partner that shares your same interests and passion and that can help you go to the next level. Because let's be real here, they're both world-class athletes that can push themselves and push each other to the next level as they need to be. Sha'Carri, said that wrong first time. Sha'Carri has been through a lot. She has overcame a lot, and she's taken accountability in her personal growth. I remember there was somebody I was with, and she similarly had some issues of hurt from her past. And I simply just took the time to ask her, it's like, well, who hurt you? And whenever I asked her who hurt her, that meant the world to me. She started crying right there because nobody never took the time to ask her who actually hurt her. Why is she hurting? Most of the time, people saw her as just an angry woman and didn't want to take the time to figure out why. Nobody cared enough, loved enough to know why. So with that being said, though, did that relationship end up not working? It didn't. And the main reason being because, unfortunately, just like Sha'Carri said, the past traumas, she just didn't get through it, you know? And you can only be patient for so long before you got to be like, you know what? I can't keep doing this. I can't keep forgiving you. You got to work on your traumas. And for me, she didn't do enough work for hers. Hopefully, Sha'Carri really is doing enough for her, for herself, and for him. Mainly for herself. You should never do any personal growth for another person. You should always want to do it because it's the right thing for you to do. And I have a feeling the reason Sha'Carri is such an amazing athlete when it comes to her chosen sport and field of track and field and running is because that pain, that trauma that she has had in her whole entire life, I have a feeling, this is a gut feeling, that she has pushed that forward to accelerate her on the track and field. But that's all I really got to say about that. I didn't see anything else on here worth noting. Yes, it is a double standard because if a man would have did the same thing she did, they would have lost all his sponsorships and he would have been quote unquote canceled. But because it's a woman, they don't take it as seriously. Now, like I said earlier, when it comes to relationships in general, especially in our community, and not even just in our communities, in most communities. You will see where a feisty woman, that's why they have like the feisty Latinas and all this other kind of stuff. Or, they stereotypes about the Italian moms and always yelling and cursing. Like, calm, reserved men have a habit of gravitating towards women who are a little bit more chaotic. It's like a balancing act of fire and water, or yin and yang, or something along those lines. So it's just unfortunate this very private situation got made public. It's unfortunate that this could impact their relationship because it was made public. I hope they can work through it, because honestly, I think they will make a powerhouse kid. Let's be real here. Or not. But either way, though, like I said in the beginning, I noticed her leaning more into her femininity, her being more softer, her being more womanly in general ever since she got with him, which makes her look a lot more attractive overall, which probably helps with brand deals and things of that nature. So, I hope they work out. Kudos to them. Kudos to her for taking the time and taking accountability, which is something that's very hard for a lot of women to do. Accountability is not really a thing. And kudos to him for him not coming out and just talking all kinds of crap about her. Hopefully things will work out. Anyways, you guys tell me what you think. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. I am Spoken Anthony. You guys have a great day, and thank you.